Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream from Barry Stream. And hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream from Barry Stream. We're here from Barry Stream. I was trying to fix my mustache and like fix my hair a little bit before I went live, but Barry's like, I need somebody to raid, and I'm like, uh-oh. And then I couldn't even fix my stuff properly. But you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I'm not here to impress anyone. And I know I look like I look like your local garbage man, but that's fine. That's fine. Nothing wrong with being a garbage man. I'd definitely do that. They pay okay, I think. So I've heard. But I do look like your local garbage man, but that's okay. You look good. Dude, I look good. Have you seen my eyes, dude? I don't know why this camera, like any other camera doesn't do this to my eyes, but for some reason this camera like makes my eyes look like it makes my eyes dark, like around the area around my eyes is so dark and swollen. I don't know why. Like I've looked at other cameras and it doesn't do that. I don't know why this camera does this. I have to like keep like adjusting the thing because it makes me look weird as fudge. Looks like I haven't slept in 3 years. I have to be all red and stuff. But my laptop camera doesn't do that at all. Like I look normal. But for some reason here, like it accentuates my eyeballs or something. You look fantastic. Thank you, Barry. Thank you. I was so happy to see you. I don't know, your stream made me feel special tonight because you were just you were so nice. It was good to see you. You sounded great. Your nails are beautiful. Thou shalt not talk about the nails, but your bracelet is beautiful. You have oranges on your arm. So it's just great to see you, you know. It's great to see you. And I think you should just you know, just own it, you know? Just own it. That's the way you are. That's the way you are, and just own it, you know? Like I try sometimes. I'll be honest, when I first started streaming, I was way more concerned about my looks. Like nowadays, like I can stream and not like, sometimes I'm here like sometimes like my hair is a little greasy and all that. I still stream. Sometimes like my hair is all messy. Like the one thing that does bother me is a droopy mustache. So you'll see me like fix it. You'll see me like fix it a lot, right? Like sometimes my mustache droops like that, and I absolutely hate it, right? So I just applied some of my battery goodness, which is some wax to it to try and keep it stabilized. But the thing is, it's so hot in my room. By the time I'm done streaming, like the wax is like all gone, and it just goes back to normal. You're very dapper. Thank you. Hi, I can't believe I see my friend Patrick here. No way, my friend. Going to the purple side. Sounds good, sounds good. Go to the purple side for sure. Tonight we're doing Mario Kart, okay? That was supposed to be what we're playing tonight. I just realized that I didn't change my capture card yet. Hello, Abigail. Hello, Jen. Hello, Yoshi. Hello, Chev. Hello, Hobby. Hello, Savage. Hello, Lumion. Hello, Lester. Hello, Nevi. Hello, from the other side. Hello, Jen. Hello, Sassy. Hello, Barry. Hello, Ghost Chris Plays. Hello, Cursed. Cursed is here. Not cursed, cursed. Pretty close there. Let's see. You're very dapper. Thank you. Majestic Queen, how are you? I'm hopping on. Let's go. Yeah, we're playing some Mario Kart. And yes, we did launch merch. Savage, or one of my mods is going to drop some merch right now. They're going to be like, whoosh, karate chop that merch in your face. In your face. We're going to force you to buy it because it's going to bring you luck and make you look cool. If you're looking for the love of your life, get the Frosty merch. The Frosty merch, this has been proven. This has been proven. The Frosty merch gives you unlimited riz and sex appeal, okay? Okay? You're gonna be attracting raccoons and whales and everything that moves. They're gonna love you, okay? You gotta get this merch. All right, they're all gonna file up single line behind you, but all respectfully, okay? Very respectfully. None of this shenanigans, just respectfully. Yes, you need one of everything is gonna attract the right one. Legend has it that if you buy Frosty merch, you will find the love of your life. And this has been proven. Not scientifically, but close enough. It was close to scientific. It wasn't quite scientific, but it was in about yay scientific, right? Like yay scientific. There's the link. Check it out. Buy something. Help Frosty in his life and help yourself in your life. There you go. Also, let me start organizing things here. Thank you for the raid, guys. Don't forget to check out Berry Cute. She's fantastic. She has the most beautiful hands I've ever seen on a human person. And I bet her feet are even prettier. Jen, that one was for Jen. That was for Jen. We love her. Yeah, Barry, I've been trying to find you on. I told Jen this. Jen said I'm gonna reach out to Barry to tell her that you're looking for her, but then she never did. I can see that she never did. Okay, let's go on Twitch here. I gotta fix my Twitch thing really quick. Stream manager. I did too. You did, Jen? There's Patrick. All right, sorry, but my Twitch side was collapsed. I just fixed it. Okay, we're gonna fix this. Ba-dum bum bum ba-dum ba-da-da ba-da-da ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-dum bum bum ba-dum ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. Ba-dum bum bum. Oh, she never responded. She must have been busy. Must have been busy. We know that Barry is busy. He's very busy. All right. Let me see for sure. There's so many things I have to get ready, especially with the dual streaming. You have to have so many things like ready to go. You didn't respond. That's okay. Frosty, you gotta DM me if you're online. I didn't think here's the absolute here's the thing. I didn't think to DM you myself, and I forgot that you told me that I could. But it never, like, right? Like, I was in my brain, you were, like, inaccessible to me. But, like, and then I remember that you had told me that I could just reach out and say that I'm playing or whatever. I mean, I'm not sure what we would have done, but I was just looking for some company. Because I like to play the game, but I literally just sit there by myself, you know? And I can't do story because I'm not live. I do my dailies and then that's it. And, you know, you kind of just want to hang out with a friend, you know? And do some stuff with a friend and... yeah. You can always DM me. Okay, I'll try to remember that. All right, tonight we're playing a Mario Kart, so give me a second while I prepare that really quick. I'm gonna prepare that really quick. I have to change my Elgato. So I currently, yeah, every time I play Final Fantasy and I play the Switch, like I have to change the cables up, which is a bummer. Okay. I do believe hopefully this will work, or else I'm gonna happy. Is it working? Oh, it's working. Thank goodness. Because sometimes it gives me the blue screen of death. The death screen. I can speak parcel tongue. I said, you guys are the best and I love you, and snake a geese. Savage, are you going to be playing with us, or are you going to be playing with us? Okay, batteries are dead. Here goes another trip. God dang, I'm getting old. How do you say 69? That's how you say it. It's shaish. You're supposed to say shaishkanine. But with the snake accent. Whoa, we get a giveaway. What happened? Whoa, stop the boat. We doing a no, who that? Who that? I want to know who that. Who did that? Who did that? Oh, guys, what the fudge? Let me look at it here in a second. I'm putting the game in. Again, I started a little abruptly. I wasn't like exactly ready, but I wanted to give Barry a target to raid. She was like, I'm gonna raid Nick. And I said, no, you're gonna raid me. Yo, thank you so much. Who was it? New giveaway, enter to win, anonymous. Oh, anonymous. That's, we all know that anonymous is Jen. You gotta be one heck of a good person to freaking like give away so much and not want the recognition for it. That's crazy. That is the best. That's the kind of people you want to surround yourself with. That is amazing. I restore like faith in humanity with Jen. It's nice to just hang out. Yeah, Barry, I loved seeing your dog. I love your dog so much. Dude, when she showed up, like I think like a single tear dropped from my eye. Like a single tear from my eye. And I was so glad. Savage King you got merch, Savage? Did you win? Yo, let's go. Savage, thank you so much. I thought it was Patrick or Huggy. It could be Huggy or Patrick too. Those are Huggy and Patrick are extremely generous as well. But whoever it was, thank you so much. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. What'd you get, Savage? Did you get a shirt, or like, is it a shirt, or? I want pictures, guys. I want pictures. I need you guys to keep me updated on the quality of the products that you're getting. In case there needs to be a refund or something of that kind. Like, we're here for it, right? Like, I'm not here to try and screw anyone over. I think you guys know that very well about me. But I'm not the one making the product, but I sure as heck want to know if the product is good. From what I've seen, it seems really good. From what I've heard great things as well, so yeah. It was the Frosty logo black hat. So does the person chooses what they want to gift, right? They choose if they want to do the hat, or if they want to do the mug, or if they want... We don't have the mug yet. I have a great idea for a merch idea. I have a great idea for merch. You guys don't even... It's super cool. My idea for merch is gonna... Barry, you listening to this? Barry. Listen to this, Barry. You listening, Nevi? Nevi, listen to this, Nevi. Listen to this. So it's gonna be a shirt. It's gonna be a girl. Listen to the end. Don't judge me. Just listen to the end. It's gonna be a girl with a big old cleavage. Okay, but listen to me. Listen to me. There's a reason for that. There's a reason, okay? Listen to me. We're gonna put on a shirt, a girl, big old cleavage, okay? Listen. Keep listening. Don't judge me. I know how you're looking at me. Listen. It's gonna be a big cleavage, and we're gonna have the words underneath is gonna say... When life gives you melons, comma, you're dyslexic. Get it? Get it? Cleavage, I'm in. I know. That's... Wait, what? So, when life gives you melons... I knew people would... It was hurt people's brains. When life gives you melons, you're dyslexic. Get it? Here, let me type it. There you go. I got it. I get it. Right? Right? You get it. You get it, right? Melons is a word, though. Oh, Abby is not getting it. She's not getting. She's not getting it. Abby's not picking up. Is that a learning disorder? Dyslexia. It's something that causes people, when they read words, they confuse the letters, the positioning of the letters. So, for example, the joke is melon and lemon. You can spell melon with lemon, and you can spell lemon with melon, right? They use the same word. So what happens if someone's dyslexic? They switch the words around. So it is a disorder. But I'm not. The idea is not to make fun of people that have the disorder. I mean, I believe I might have it, to be honest. My friend growing up had dyslexia. And that's not the idea. Do you guys think it's insensitive? I don't think it's insensitive. Do you think it's insensitive? I mean, people can definitely take it that route. What do you guys think? Do you guys... God doggone it, man. This is why you don't drive and text. Do you guys think it's... Do you think it's insensitive? Insensitive? I don't see it. Like, I don't see it as insensitive, but I can definitely see how people can make that case. No, I do not think it's insensitive. I think it's just a joke, right? And I think most people that have dyslexic, that are dyslexic, they perhaps get a few laughs out of it a lot. I mean, unless there is some, like, school problem going on with it. I mean, I guess there, but you could put a negative spin on everything, dude. You could put a negative spin on everything, you know? Hello. Yeah, why didn't you say hi? So disrespectful, you know? Oh, how are you doing? Oh, pff, pff. Why didn't you ask me about my son first? So disrespectful. You know, you could do anything and put a negative spin. I mean, it's how you see the world. Like for me, I was completely innocent until, like, someone, like, brought it up. I didn't even see the evil in it, to be honest. It was like, Merry Christmas. Why didn't you say Happy Holidays? I was like, well, perhaps I should. I mean, dang. Sorry, man. Holy crap. Yeah, it's just like judging and policing people can be troublesome. I mean, there's some things worth policing. There's some things people say online that they definitely shouldn't say online. I totally agree with that. But at the same time, we gotta have some sort of common sense too, you know? Like, you gotta read the room a little bit too. Life gave me melons and I have Advil. Life gave me melons and I have Advil? You put Advil on your melons? Do not try that at home, folks. When life gives you lemons, shove them down your throat forcefully without a second thought. I think it's fantastic they have problems. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think we gotta be a little... Just be a little open-minded about things, right? Not jump into criticism so easily. And I will say there's things out there worth criticizing, to be honest. Like, you know, when people call for war, when people call for, like, demeaning other people, or when people call for hate. Yeah, things like that, you know. Yeah, but people are like, free speech, you know, free speech, sure. I mean, I think everybody likes free speech and be able to talk about what they want to talk about. But actually, it's very interesting. A lot of people don't know this, but the Second Amendment actually does not protect hate speech. It does not protect against, like, not hate speech, but like inciting war. Like if your speech is to like start a war or start a fight, that is actually not allowed, even under like the Constitution, which is, a lot of people don't know that, but if you read the Constitution, I was actually reading it the other day. Well, I'd read it before, but I was like brushing up, and it actually does say that, which is crazy. But this is just in America, of course. I'm talking about America. I don't know about other countries. You knew that? Yeah. I mean, it's just what's written. I'm not like trying to be political or anything. It's literally what's written there. It's just an objective truth. It's what's physically written there. Now, make of that what you want. I'm not gonna hear debate what's right or wrong, but I will say that's what's written. Is my only point is that. Hey, 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 hey. Vroom, vroom. You had an ad break? That means you're not a member, right? Abigail, did you get some Frosty merch? I'm here to judge you. What the fudge? What kind of sissy jump was that? Did you get some Frosty merch, Abby? I'm a lurk while I shower. Ba-da-da-da-da. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Da-da-da-da-da. I made it awkward, I'm sorry. You know what I do sometimes when I shower? Sometimes I take my computer. I put it like on the... I put it on the sink. Not like in the sink, but like the counter. And I just like I put my laptop has great sound. It's one of the great things about my laptop. Like the sound is phenomenal on that thing. And I just crank it up to 100. Now I'm just listening to podcasts or whatever I'm listening, or streams sometimes. Sitting there, taking a shower, just listening. I don't put it in the tub with me or anything. It's just sitting. Well, that sucked. You want a FrostyLemon hat? Oh man, I know some people want to get it, but sometimes it's hard to afford it. I can totally understand that. Do Epic 14 back up and join Bald's FC? If you're willing to pay the money for it, I mean, you keep in mind, I would encourage you to do it. I would 100% encourage you to do it, Savage. I think I would 100%. I mean, I create, like for now, I create my own. I prefer creating my own stuff rather than joining other people. Like perhaps it's a part of me that is, I don't like being subjected to things, so I try to lead as much as I can. Of course, that's not true for every aspect of my life, and it's not like I won't join stuff. Like, I don't mind, but I would much prefer have my own thing, right? That's kind of why, like, you know, I have my own servers, I have my own community. I just prefer it that way, you know? Right before the finish, too. Yo, 3 months of a tier 1 to... Wow, to Abigail! For people with me, and add a lemon next to the melons. For people like me, add a lemon next to the melons. So you're saying... So, okay. I actually want to hear this from you, because I think you're a genius, Abigail. Abigail is extremely smart. And she has great advice. She's very good at advice. And I actually... So you're saying if life gives you melons... Oh shoot, I had to look at my phone there for a sec. If life gives you melons, and then right after that, in front of melons, you put a lemon. But how do you guys feel about the... Because I can draw this, right? I draw the female body a lot. And not... Like, I'm gonna be honest, you're probably not gonna believe me. I don't draw in a sexual way. Like, it's really not, like a fantasy or a, like, you know, like, people have kinks about that, and I'm not judging. If you have a kink for that, like, whatever. Like, I don't care. But I really do not have a kink like that. Like, some people have kinks for, like, Furbies and freaking furries. Not Furbies, furries. Like, if that doesn't... It doesn't do anything for me, right? TMI, but... To be honest, I draw it because I love... Because I do the male body, too. And, I draw a lot of the female body and male body. More so... Recently, more so the female body because I'm not as good. Like, the male body comes to me more natural, you know, whereas in the female body is a little bit harder for me. So I've been trying, and I'm doing a story, and my protagonist right now is actually a female. And for that reason, I've been drawing. That's mainly the reason why I've been drawing a lot more females now. Thank you so much, not Jen, Anonymous. Thank you, Anonymous. Holy crap. Thank you. Thank you. You might be dyslexic. Oh, you might be is so much better. Yeah, it's so less... Yeah, it removes, like, the... Yeah, that removes, like, the almost like the assault of it, right? Like, the person, like, it removes you from the equation. So, because the first one felt a little personal, like, you're dyslexic, is very affirmative, right? But when you say you might be, it's like, it's kind of like, yeah, you might be. I don't know. So that's way better. I actually love that. Yo, thank you so much. You got a tier sub, Savage. Thank you so much. It becomes a redneck joke. Yeah, redneck is fine to say. Yeah, redneck, hillbilly, that's okay. There's stereotypes, right? There's definitely some that are not okay to say, but that one I feel is okay. I don't see that as derogatory or offensive. Unless, like, times have changed, of course. How can you be fluent in different languages when you're dyslexic? I mean, dyslexic affects the part... Well, interesting question, right? I mean, if all you do... I mean, a dyslexic person might read something wrong, go back and then read it right, okay? So it's not like they read it wrong, and then they can never understand they can never read the word right. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I seem to remember my friend being able to... Sometimes I'd correct him, I would say, oh no, that's not that, it's this word, and he's like, oh, okay, I see it now, I see it now. So it's not like they're like, oh, I'm screwed, I read this word wrong, and whatever I do, I cannot read this word right. No. But... So yeah, perhaps they might have a learning curve there. Perhaps there's a little bit more difficulty, of course. I don't think it's an impediment, though. But perhaps it could be a hindrance. Let's go Duffel. Nice. Ay, ay, ay. How did I dodge all of that? Dude, I nailed that obstacle thing. I totally nailed that. The end of this course is so cool. Bro! Alright, second place. Carissy, welcome to the Lemon Drops, Carissy. Thank you so much. Appreciate you a lot, Carissy. Thank you so much. So, would this be the Sassy Lemon collection? I mean, it's a little sassy, but I'm not sure. I made the joke of having like a girl with a slight cleavage in there. I'm not sure that's the best idea. What do you guys think? I feel like you need some kind of visual aid for that joke, like adding the lemon in front of the lemon, the melon is actually in front of the lemon, or like having like, you know, like a bust behind it, because that way people are like, oh, that's the kind of melons they mean. You know what I mean? Thank you so much, Carissy. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Yeah, that's the joke, right? Like lemon in front of lemon. No, I meant lemon in front of melon. Okay, give me a break. This is kind of hard to say. Okay. Nevi's in here. Nevi, I love you, by the way. Thank you for everything you do for me, Nevi. Nevi is the funniest guy. Like the other night, we're on VC just last night. And Nevi is trying to sleep, but we're cracking jokes and doing stuff. And this is Nevi, like half asleep, like like you can tell he wants to laugh, but he's so sleepy he can't even laugh. It's so crazy. Love it. Okay. How is she so ahead, dude? They stole my red shell, of course. Dude, I got screwed up. Oh gosh, right at the end too. I got messed up at the end there. Oh, good to make me laugh. Yeah. You can't do Tifa because copyright, but we'll know. Yeah, I was thinking about Tifa too. Yeah, my idea was to do Tifa, yeah. That was my first idea. Who said that, Savage? A picture of Tifa. Yeah, I can't put Tifa. I mean, I could draw like, cause I can draw the character, right? I can draw in a different style. Like my style is very, let's be honest, like my style, the style that I draw my manga in, I don't feel like it's very appealing to people. For I would say like general audience. Like it's not really a classic anime look. You know how a classic anime looks? They have like the big ol' eyes. They usually have like the same style of hair style and all that. Like it's not really classic anime. It falls more into like the Dragon Ball. My art style is very inspired by Dragon Ball. So it falls more into the Dragon Ball like style of hair. So yeah. Also, Frosty last night was fun and funny, of course. I gotta buy beer. Why? I'm still waiting for cookies. What cookies? Whose cookies are you trying to cook here, Abigail? Trying to fix this camera a little bit. Yeah, we can't do Tifa. I mean, I could draw Tifa in a way that and give her like different clothing in the way that it wouldn't collide with copyright. Like you can be smart about it if you want. Like you can kind of circumvent it. Yeah, you can give it like kind of like stylize it with your own art. Or you could even like give her like different color eyes, or it's just the clothing. So it's the aspect of the likeliness of her, right? That's what trademark covers. Yeah, I actually been reading on trademark law, and because I've been, you know, when you're selling online, especially products of art and stuff, you need to have a good grasp of what the law is, copyright, trademark law. Which copyright and trademark are different. It's very interesting. I never knew this growing up, and I always questioned myself. Oh, shiz. You know how there's Pokemon has a small, like, little TM next to it? That's trademark, right? It means that name is trademarked. It's basically like it's copyrighted, right? So trademarks are more for music, more for names, more for characters, concepts, like a collectiveness of concepts. Like for example, Tifa is not just Tifa. She's the black hair, she's the skirt, she's the white top. All of that is what makes Tifa, right? It's all of those things what makes Tifa, and that's what's trademarked. Now if I make a character with long black hair with the same length as Tifa, it doesn't mean that that's Tifa, or else that'd be crazy, right? But if you give it the name, the hair, and everything else, at this point, they have an argument to say that you're trying to copy the likeness of her, right? And that's trademark. Copyright is more for, like for music, more for digital stuff. Music, videos, etc. You felt bad about how stream ended and got offline super quickly. Who? Abby, did Minx see her mod chat, by the way? That would just cookies require... What happened to Minx? What happened to my girl? What happened to Minx? Do Sydney Sweeney, but animated. Sydney Sweeney, but animated? I don't know who that is. And shorts sometimes for copyright depends where you create with what you create with it. So I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I'm not trying to be a smart aleck here, but I'm just gonna give you like my experience with YouTube, right? Every time you upload a video to YouTube, they ask you if you want to rate the video yourself in terms of copyright. And I think they can do it for you, but they will do it regardless, right? They will check your rating. So what it means is, and this affects your visibility on YouTube, so you got to be very careful with this. So they give you like a rate your video, and then they give you a bunch of like bullet points that says, does your video have alcohol? Does your video have violence? Does your video contain hateful content? Does your video contain copyrighted material? Does your video contain music that belongs to someone else? And you have to check and basically give them like your seal of approval that no, my video does not contain any of that. Now, let's say your video has like a Phil Collins song in it, and you say it doesn't have any copyrighted stuff, right? But clearly it does. So what happens is, well, YouTube will flag it for sure. Like they'll find that you lied, and then they'll automatically do. But what happens? The most problematic thing is I'm trying to get to, but I keep not getting to it. Is that if you submit the rating wrongfully, if you lie to them, it will affect like your content creation. I don't know exactly how it affects you, but I know that like it'll affect your uploads. Because I have a good, it's kind of like your credit, right? Your credit card credit. Like if you pay your credit and you use it a lot and you pay it on time, like you'll get a good credit score, right? But the inverse is also true. If you don't use your credit, it goes down, and if you use it and don't pay it, it goes down. So it's the same thing. So it's kind of like a credit you have on YouTube, where they're like, if you lie to them, it affects your channel. I don't know exactly how it affects it. I'd have to read about it, but yeah, but they expect you to be truthful about it. Shh. I hit 10 subs. Yo, cheesy bacon. Good for you. That's very good news, man. Very good news. I'm gonna have the mixer out anyway, so I might slip them in. I'm gonna post. She accidentally caused an in-camp battle because Chev moved and she roasted at an NPC instead. I'm gonna post it for her right now. Okay. Caramel or no? No caramel. I'm not a big fan of caramel. I love, like, Twix is my favorite candy bar. Ironically, I'm not a big fan of caramel, but I'm a big fan of Twix. Like, Twix is my favorite candy bar. Snickers probably my least favorite, dude. I don't get it, man. I feel like I need teeth like a lion to eat that thing. Like, I really love Butterfinger as well. But then you have to get, like, a pickaxe to, like, dig out the stuff in your tooth cavity, you know? So, like, all these candy bars are delicious. Like, Twix is good. Kit Kat, dude. Have you tried, like, dark chocolate cherry Kit Kat? Bro, hold on to your pants, bro. Dark chocolate cherry. I think it's cherry. It tastes like or mint. Have you tried mint Kit Kat? Oh god. Oh, help me. That doesn't sound good to you? What does? Which one? Dark chocolate Kit Kat? Cherry Kit Kat? Doesn't sound good to you? My gosh. Guys, I'm gonna release a video perhaps this morning, if not this morning, very soon. So keep an eye open. If you've been following Pokemon Legends EA, currently I'm gonna drop a video on the recent controversy about the graphics with the Final Fantasy, with Pokemon Legends EA. And it's not a fight starter, and it's not like meant to upset anyone. But it's just my take on everything. And yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. I hope you guys check it out. I hope you guys check it out. It's gonna be super cool. So we know, like, the community is everybody's fighting each other over, like, you know, do the graphics matter or do they not matter? Like, who cares? Like, because most people are like my YouTube is flooded with this crap, right? They're like, graphics don't matter. There's people complaining about graphics are wusses and this and that. And then other people are like, wow, you're crazy that you don't call out this bad graphics and this and that. So definitely a dichotomy there. Very interesting debate, right? And that's kind of what I address, like my own take on that. How I feel. My own opinions, of course, which are very mine. The candy store about an hour away from me has candy from all over the world. Literally any candy in the world you can think of. Japanese? Does it have Japanese candy too? They have tons of Kit Kat flavors in Japan. I never understood why we don't have them here. I think Kit Kat is it Swedish? Is it American? What who produced Kit Kat? I think it might be Swedish. I don't know. I don't want to lie. It was created by Rowtrees of York, England, and is now made originally globally by Nestle. Okay. It's British. It was originally British. Wow. I learned something today. Now it's Nestle, but that's okay. They own everything anyways. I live in Virginia, so we don't have anything cool. Virginia? That's a beautiful place. I wish I lived in Virginia. I will not say why. Nah, I'm just kidding, but yeah, Virginia is a beautiful place, right? West Virginia, Mountain Mama, almost heaven, Shenandoah River, life had just begun. I don't know how I didn't eat that, but I guess I wasn't hungry. Your mom. No idea what I got hit by. This flower doesn't attack you, does it? Hey! God dang it, a green one? Really? Really? A freaking green shell, dude? Oh, I'm gonna put these people ablaze. Oh my gosh, what a vindictive little piece of poop. Who did that? Dang, I missed the item. Well, that sucks. Yeah, he was aiming for me because I hit him with the green one. That Waluigi, I'm gonna screw that guy up. I'm gonna mess him up, man. This is war. Oh my god! Oh god! No! Oh my god! Oh my god! That Waluigi is way behind. He got wrecked. Maryland the best. There you go. Check DMs. What happened? I think we know why, Frosty. What do you think it is, Hobby? You tell me why. Yeah, I got great items there. It's true that at the end there, I got 2 triple reds. I definitely got a lot of good stuff. All we have is Washington, D.C., and that gets pretty stale after a while. Yeah, I get it. West Virginia is pretty cool, but there is nothing to do in Virginia. I respect that. Yeah. If you look at a map of the energy in the US, you'll see that middle, there's like a middle strip right down the middle of the country, like where, that is like where there's like less power being used, right? It definitely focuses on California and New York a lot more, and like the South Coast, and the South, like with Texas, and also like the East Coast all the way down to Florida. But like in the middle, and then you see a little bit on Utah and all that. But then like there's a big strip right down the middle of the country, which is like where there's not a lot of energy being used, which is the states that are more rural. Like stuff like Virginia. And I know Virginia is not like right down the middle, but kind of. What happened to Pokemon? What do you mean, what happened to Pokemon? Here we go. Oh my gosh! Dang. We got wrecked like 3 people. I wrecked like 3 people, dude. Oh my gosh. They're not happy with me. We just destroyed like 3 people. Two green shells, dude. Watch this snipe. I totally sniped her. I 100% sniped her. Did you see? I legit sniped her. It didn't help me in the long run, but I totally sniped her. Back phone died. Oh my gosh, Abby. Oh, I've never seen anything like it. I'm gonna be honest, I've never seen anything like it. Hey, Black Dragoon, how's it going? Virginia Beach, Virginia Beach. Virginia Beach is pretty mid. Oh, Frosty, see last message. It's almost 11. You're not have no idea. You've opened right now. I don't know. I have no idea. Oh yeah, that's a big store. There's a lot of candy there, Savage. I see you, Carissy. I don't want to hear it. You gotta hear it. You gotta hear it. This, oh my gosh, for real? We got moo-moos and you guys picked that, oh god. Refresh artistic. No, we're doing Pokemon. We're not doing Pokemon, I mean. We're doing Mario Kart. Kantoku. Kantoku. You don't charge your controllers and you don't charge my, and I don't charge my phone. No, you use your phone too much. You need to go outside. Not use your phone so much. Dude, how? I thought I was gonna go on the side of that, but I guess not. Can I make it? Oof. Close enough. Dang! Did you see that? Oh my gosh. You can't be serious, dude. What the heck was that? No wonder I'm in last place. Watch out! I'm hitting the wall. Watch out! Oh, I didn't get last. Don't forget that jets fly over Virginia Beach. My ears hurt. Oh, dang. I've never been to any of the beaches. Maybe my future wedding could be at a beach wedding. That sounds nice, right? A beach wedding. I like that. I've never been a big fan of the beach. I definitely prefer. Now, I grew up next to a beach, fairly close to a beach, but not like right next to it, but fairly close. About a 10-minute drive. I think it would possibly be a Miami Beach wedding. Never go to the beach, even though I have several beaches relatively close to me. Interesting. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of the beach, to be honest. Like, it's just never like an excuse to be half naked or something. Like, I don't get it. I'm just kidding. I'm not. That's not what it is. But I just don't care for it too much. Savage DMs. So you're not sending me a DM, Abby? Is that how it is? You're not sending me a DM, and you know I've been wanting your DM for so long. You know I've been wanting your DM for so long. You know I've been waiting, and you're gonna text my best friend. You know I've been waiting for this moment, and I could feel it in the air. Thanks, Abby. Thanks. Text all my friends, but not me. Wow. You see this? Chev agrees with me. Ridiculous behavior. I'm doing good on coins, but... I was doing good on coins until I got hit. Oi! Oh my gosh. That stupid blue Yoshi. Dude, that's what you're gonna give me? Oh god. There's a ton of bananas in this. I'm literally typing it to you now. I don't believe it. I was born next to the Gulf of Mexico. I mean Gulf of America. Gulf of Mexico sounds so much better. Yeah, because they changed it recently. I mean, honestly, I don't know why they changed it. I mean... Yeah, it's kind of confusing for everybody, but... Not gonna get into it. But... Who knows, man? Who knows? I was born and raised in Sarasota. I went to the beach a lot. That's very cool, Bacon. That's very cool. And congratulations, you got to 10 subs, you said? What kind of content do you make, Cheesy? It's still Gulf of Mexico to me. That's fair. The people have the right to their own opinion. Like, I just avoid saying the name altogether. I just say, it's that thing, that Gulf right there. That's... Okay, look now. Frosty, the 7-star raids. I respect either side of the argument. If you want to call it that, you can call it that. If not, like, I'm not going to judge someone who doesn't want to change the name, and I'm not going to judge someone who wants to change the name, you know? It's your opinion. Still gonna call it Gulf of America. I respect that. I respect that. I respect that. I don't think there's anything wrong if you still want to call it that. Yeah, that people get aggressive over this stuff. It's like, no, you have to call it Gulf of America. That's the new name. Well, I always knew it as Gulf of Mexico, so I understand that argument. Like, I always knew it as Mexico, so I'm gonna call it Gulf of Mexico, which is completely fine. Or I'm okay if, like, okay, I want to abide with what they're saying. I want to call it Gulf of America. Okay, fine. That's fine too. You know. But when you start judging people over this crap, I think that's when you have a problem. That's when stuff like... That's when it becomes a problem. I don't know. I myself, I don't like enforcing anything on anyone, you know? Call it what you want. I'm sure you have feelings on it, and I respect it, you know? That's my position. Oh, there's mud there. I never really see that mud there. I always forget there's mud there. So you gotta cut it a little wide, right? Can't go too short. Boom. There's that blue Yoshi. Me and that blue Yoshi, man. It's all out war here. Out of my way. Oh, you stinker. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Dang. That's bad. Bad take. Bad take. Oh, right as I was underwater, dude. For crying out loud, dude. Give me something good, baby. I'm in 9th place, for crying out loud. That's crazy. I hit that guy and he's still... Yeah, people are gonna have different opinions, and I just ask that you be respectful of people's opinions here. That's all I ask. Like, people are gonna have different opinions, people are gonna have different positions. You're gonna say, oh, it's always been called that, oh, it borders more, it borders this. Like, whatever you want to call it, I respect you. I respect that, Carissy. I respect that. Wait, is it the Liquid Death? What is? Almost out of Arnold Palmer? Arnold Palmer, that was a... He made some really good tea. I used to drink that stuff. I kind of got myself out of tea. Out of, like, feeling like tea... I don't know, like... I read some stuff on tea and I got some information, and... Tea can be really bad for you, but it can be really good too. For all I care, I just call the planet America. America land. Yeah, I would not do that. I would not do that. The world is so much more than America, dude. That... And it's funny and interesting that a lot of people in America, like especially people in more rural places like Mideast, Midwest, it's common for them to not ever like leave their state, even, and if they do, they go like to a different state, but they never leave the country. And these are people who don't understand what the world looks like, right? And I feel like people would be smarter and way more open-eyed if you were able to see the world. If you experienced other cultures and you experienced other ways of thinking, rather than just what you get from TV, right? Because the TV will tell you what the TV wants you to hear, and that's what you're gonna hear. You're gonna hear what they think, but what you think is different, perhaps. So, I always encourage people. I would hate a world where it's just America. That would be a very sad world, to me. I'm a big fan of culture and other cultures. I'm a big fan of the world being a place where we could visit and be around. I think there's much to learn from other people, and I don't really subscribe to the idea that if it's American, it's the best there is. Yeah, America has a lot of excellent stuff. You know, in terms of the world is one of the best for sure, but that doesn't mean that other countries can't make great things. And you know, but there's like this mentality, really, like that our worlds revolve around this one country, and there's more out there, you know, there's more out there. There's a lot of beautiful things out there. That's all I'm saying. So I would not subscribe to that idea personally. I almost hit her, but I did. Sorry, I know that my green screen is not perfectly stable here. Oh my metal! Metal! Oh, metal! Metal. You guys met the beautiful Metal. Sweet Misery, she calls herself. She'll always be my Metal. Thank you, Metal, for that. Oh, dude, it's about crying, dude. It's about freaking time, dude. Crikey, man. Crikey. Ah, shoot. We're zigzagging. We're ping-ponging. Just thinking of the chaos. Yeah, well, maybe one day you'll regret the chaos. So, I know you say the chaos, but you're not a big fan of the chaos. What you want is stability more than anything, actually. I'm having a rough recovery. Oh no. What happened, friend? Nah, keep the world just a name though for kicks and giggles. I'm not saying race culture. Well, I didn't say you said erase culture. I'm saying I wouldn't like a world where everything is just the American culture. Like, no, I want to experience other cultures and other ways of thinking outside of the US. Doesn't matter if I'm from here or it doesn't matter, man. It's like that doesn't matter to me, man. I don't care where people are born. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what your pronouns are. I don't care about any of that. I care about, do you treat me well? Are you a good person? Do you make sense? Do you have something to teach me? That's what I care about. All this other stuff that nobody chose. Nobody chooses where they're born. Nobody chooses what language they are taught when they're kids. You can never choose where you're born, but you can choose where you die to some degree, right? So I feel like it's unfair to judge someone on something they never chose. Like, so, you know, it's weird. That's my personal take on it. That's like being like, like, you know, you're not gonna get mad at someone that they have like green eyes or blue eyes, and you're like, it's your fault. That's not my fault. I didn't choose this. Like, it's just how it happened, you know. But it makes no sense. There's things not to be proud of course. No, of course. There's things, I mean, if you're, let's say, for example, if you're born in a nation or something that is like going around and, you know, killing people and doing stuff, yeah, you're not going to be proud of, like, that aspect of it. But that's why you shouldn't have those feelings in the first place, because, dang. There we go. Yeah, there's things not to be proud of course. No, absolutely, 100%. There's things you shouldn't be proud of. But yeah, live your life in a way that... I would advise everyone to live their lives in a way where, you know, don't blame yourself for things you can't control. Like, if it's outside of your control, I wouldn't stress about it, and I wouldn't let it affect you, right? Like, for example, I know this for a fact. Like, my dad was a big football aficionado, right? Like crazy. He'd get into real fights with his friends over like the results, right? He'd get really upset. And you know, and I saw him do this, and I would think, dude, I get that you're passionate, but you're worrying about something that you have no control over. Like, this is, you know, like, there's nothing you could do to have changed that result. So why are you like losing sleep over this, right? Like, why are you losing sleep over something you can't, it wasn't your choice. Like, no, you know, like, it doesn't make sense to me. The ignorance of Americans when visiting other countries is astounding. I've seen it firsthand. I'm sure, like, everybody's gonna have some nightmare exaggerated scenarios. There's a lot of Americans that go over the world and they're very smart. There's a lot of very smart Americans. There's a lot of very dumb Americans, you know? I think that's just the truth of it. Yeah. They don't speak for everybody? No, of course not. They don't speak for everybody. This is what's dangerous about saying statements like that. Sometimes it's dangerous to not look at a person as an individual and as a collective of a culture. Like, for example, it's very dangerous for you to say, like, you know, all people that have black hair are evil because one person that has black hair is evil. This is a very dangerous statement, dude, because this is not, it's not true. You'd have to meet every single person with black hair to understand if they're really evil. And if you've met every single person with black hair and they're really actually evil and you can see it, then there you go. Then people with black hair are evil. But if a person that is born, let's say the next day, with black hair, you cannot say that child is evil. You don't know that. You don't know them. So this is a lot of assumptions, right? It's, you know what they do, you know what they say about assuming things, right? But so I try not to treat people as a collective, especially if I race, ethnicity, and stuff like that. Like, you know, what matters is what people do. Like, people are individuals. They have personal choice. It's not like they're a part of a group and now everything that group does, they're responsible for. That's ludicrous. That's ludicrous. That makes zero sense to me. I don't know. It feels like common sense to me, but if people have different opinions, I mean, by all means, you can prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I'm open to ideas. Dude, this guy has Billy Bullet and freaking Star. I wonder, there's a drum there. I wonder if you can, still dozing in and out. I get it. I'm gonna read chat here in a second. Yeah. I think if you want to reach a high-level society, there needs to be respect. There needs to be respect, understanding, and helping. Like, we need to help each other. That's the way it goes. Dude, I got 2 back-to-back. You can jump on that? That's cool. Ah, mother flopper. You got me. You got me. You got me, Joe. You got me, Joe. Let me try and fix this really quick, because this is kind of bothering me. See if I can. I think it's better now. Better now. All right, here we go. You need to boost and hit it right to go to that drum. Oh. Helping is scary and caring is helping. Yeah, always at the end. I don't know, people perceive helping as weakness, right? And sometimes this happens to me too, where like, yeah, if I help this person, then I'm gonna be in trouble. You know, and it becomes difficult to want to be helpful and to convince people to be helpful when they feel like they got screwed over the last time they helped someone, right? Now, and then it becomes very hard to make an argument to say to this person that you should help someone because they've been burnt before because they helped someone and then they just got screwed over. What's important to understand in that feeling is that you're evaluating what other people think. Okay? So the reason you get mad at people being ungrateful when you help them is because you care what they think. Okay? Understand that. It's because what they think is more important than what you think. Because if you only cared about what you think, you'd be happy that you did a good deed, and that's a period. That's it. That's done. There's a period right there. I'm happy that I did a good deed, and that's the end of it. I don't need to worry what they think. If they tried to screw me over, whatever. And I'm not saying I don't understand that you got hurt. Like, I know the feeling. You get mad, and I've gotten mad over this stuff before. I felt angry over this before. I'm not sitting here saying I'm God and I don't feel these things. Like, absolutely. But the truth of the matter is, do things because of you. Okay? It's the same thing with relationships that you might have with friends, and so, you know, you're always, you know, this is how people get offended. This is how people get hurt. And, you know, to some degree, I guess, to some degree, is it righteous to be upset? You know, people talk about righteous justice, right? Which is, you know, and if we let's look at the example of God. People always say that God, oh, if God is really good, whether you believe in God or not, but God is really good, God loves you. But then they say, well, but God destroyed Jerusalem, but God allows kids to get sick, but God allowed this bad thing to happen to me and I didn't do anything wrong. How is God good, right? Well, we need to understand that, I think from that perspective, is the way I look at it, at least, is that God is perfect love, but he's also perfect justice. Okay? So think of it like this. For every action, there's another cause. There's a cause, okay? This is the law of the universe. You jump, you fall. This is the law. Okay? And there is a law with God, which is everything you do has sort of like a consequence and a price, price, so to speak. Okay? So that is God's justice, and I'm using religion just because I think you might not believe what I'm saying, but you can believe the principle, right? You might not believe in God and all that, but you can believe the principle. Do you think LGBT is a sin? Do I think LGBT is a sin? I think it's not a sin to do that which you feel is right. It's not my place. It's not my place to say. He doesn't understand. He can't touch my belly. Oh. Always at the end. So it's very interesting with that. So basically, this is the way we believe we'll be judged in the end. Like if you do bad things, you'll be judged in the end. And that's the merciful, that's the justice part, right? And then the love part is obviously what we understand to be love, which is mercy, kindness, and all that. But there is a component of justice to it. Now, the problem that happens in society is justice could be a subjective thing. What I feel like is justice might not be justice to you. So who decides what justice is? Then we as a collective group of people form nations and countries and form governments that decide what justice is. Now, what's very interesting about that is because it's dictated by a man. A dude that has just as many, if not more, problems than you do. A dude who can't see the grand scope of things. A mortal. Like someone who doesn't understand and have all the answers, and yet that person decides what's right and what's wrong. So, and that's why the law is flawed. Now, in the case of God, of course, he's the only one who can dictate what justice is because he's the only one that knows everything. You know, assuming you believe this, of course. And the universe requires full knowledge to have perfect justice and to have perfect love. If you don't have a knowledge of all things at all moments for every reason and any reason, you can never have justice. Just impossible. You can try to emulate it. It's like putting a game in an emulator and the FPSs and the graphics are kind of meh, but you can still play it, right? You can still play it, but the graphics are kind of eh. It's very different from playing in original hardware where everything looks beautiful and flows just perfect, right? So you can emulate justice, but the thing is no one can truly say what justice is because no one knows everything, right? There's a reason when you go to court and they're trying to find justice and answers, there's a reason they sit there and debate and go through proof because nobody knows what really happened. So we got to go through proof. We got to go through this. So knowledge dictates that. This is very interesting. Now, this is, of course, something that, you know, would have to fall in the hands of someone who is divine and has all knowledge and all that. So when a human being makes a law, that law is going to be flawed. Always. Basically. But those are the laws we follow. And I'm not saying here don't follow the law and the law is bad, and that's not what I'm advocating for at all. I'm just saying Frosty in his Batman monologue. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out things that the way they are. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying, I'm just stating as things are. Have a good night, all. Have a good night, Misery. It's not anyone's place to say sin, God's judgment, not ours. Yeah, well, it becomes difficult with the topic of religion, right, Jen? The topic of religion is difficult for that reason, because people, and the concern is the people who are religious have almost this sense of holding the truth, right? It's almost an understanding of I know better, right? And it doesn't mean that they're like complete buttholes about it. It doesn't mean, but they have a sense in their mind that they have more knowledge and the truth than anyone else, right? Because I know the truth of God and the creation of the world, and you don't, because you don't believe it, right? So like right from the start, it's already an uneven relationship there and an uneven battle. So I feel like to communicate with someone, you know, who is religious, you kind of have to meet them at where they're at, or the person who is religious has to meet the person. So both of them have to do it, right? Meet the other person where they're at, you know? Yeah, I'm not saying all religious people are not modest. Like, they tend to be more modest in fact. Well, it's hard to say that. Depends on the religion. Depends on the religion, but that's why I don't like a lot of modern religion. I totally understand that people... I don't 100% understand that people have a sort of bad taste in their mouths with religion, with some of the things that happen. I absolutely respect it. We know that religion has been the reason why many wars happen historically, right? Because religion is, like I said, one group of people holds this belief that is almost that is like divine and almost unquestionable to them, and they feel like everybody else should believe that, right? And that happens in religion, but that also happens in, you know, with patriotism. That happens as well, unfortunately, which is like when someone believes that their country is so much better than everybody else's that they have to take over everything. You know, this is the case with Nazism, right? Like, we're so much better than everyone, everybody should be like us. And, you know, it's a sense of nationalism, patriotism to some degree. You might argue the description there or not, but it is what it was, you know? Can you name anyone that loved Germany more than you know, that dude with the mustache did, you know? There's no questioning, he wanted to make his country the best in the world. The way he went about it, though, is perhaps, you know, is by forcing other people to see that or to follow that, you know? Yeah. Which I guess, yeah, it's like, it's more nationalism than patriotism. Perfect time. This man speaking at 1000% facts. Thank you. Hello, Natty. How are you? Majestic Raymond. How are you? So you gotta be careful with all those feelings, because when you're doing, even with religion or anything you believe, when you're trampling over someone else's, because you feel like, because it's easy to demean someone when you feel like you're right. If I feel like I'm right, I am allowed to put this person down, and I'm allowed to tell this person that they're wrong, and anything I say is justified and it's not evil. Well, that is completely false. If you're doing something evil, like hurting someone, you're hurting someone. It doesn't matter why you're doing it. The fact is you're doing it, okay? So, it happens in sport. It happens in a lot of... It's not just religion. It's not just not with countries. It's not just... It's in sports. It's everywhere, right? So it's important to sit outside of yourself and look outside of yourself, man. Meet people where they're at. Like, if you're trying to understand someone and be friends with someone, and you're trying to you gotta meet them where they're at, man. If you just come on hard like with this is what it's right and this is what I believe and this is the way, that's not gonna go over well, you know? It's just not gonna go over well. Yeah, I don't believe in forcing beliefs. Yeah, yeah, if you're trying to convince someone to do something for you, you know, yeah, absolutely, you can force them, but that wouldn't be right. Yeah, nobody likes that. I don't think anyone would like that. Getting ready for the Frosty signal. Frosty caught a shiny Riolu a while ago. Nice, Natty. What, which game did you catch it in? That sounds amazing. Shiny Riolu. I don't have one of those. Yeah, I have to get one of those. Nevi, are you not playing anymore? Nevi's not here anymore. Nevi. Jen, what's that face, Jen? Why are you putting Patrick Star in my chat? Scarlet? Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. It's difficult, man. It's a difficult scenario. You know, you put 7 billion people in a round planet and then you say, live together, love each other. And then everybody's kind of just like scratching their heads. It's like, what do you mean? Like, okay, it's not that simple when you have these pesky emotions in the way, right? That's why I feel like the most enlightened society is the society where people have come together and people are one in mind. In terms of if they can be one in mind when it comes to respect, everything works. Because if you think, I'll put it this way for you. Think about this. Here's some food for thought. I was thinking about this the other day, okay? Here's some food for thought. Consider this scenario. I don't know who believes in aliens here. I certainly believe that there's aliens out there. I don't know if anyone else here believes it, but you can let me know. If we were to assume that there are aliens out there and they have a great society, okay? What would that society look like, okay? If these people are achieving like stuff like, you know, light of speed travel, which some physicists have said is impossible. You know, some disagree, some might not disagree, I'm not sure. But certainly have heard some say that you just can't travel at the speed of light. This very interesting thing, which is time moves different for you when you're moving at the speed of light, which is crazy. But anyways, that's a different topic. But if there is a civilization out there of aliens, and they have all this technology, do you think it's because they've had more time to live than humans have? Or do you think there's something cultural about them that allows them to grow faster and better than humans do? You get the question? I mean, and it could be both. There's no reason why it couldn't be both either. But which way do you lean? Probably less to worry about. Okay, that's a very good point, actually. Well, let me put it this way then. Oh shoot, I'm out of sight. Let me put it this way. Let's say on Earth we fix all illness. Let's say we fix all the illnesses. Nobody dies, and I do think that AI is gonna make man immortal. Immortal in the sense that they cannot. If they can get sick, they can heal themselves, so meaning they can't age. That's what I mean. It doesn't mean like if you get like squashed by a big massive rock, yeah, you cease to exist, fine. But so long as you don't get squashed, you're fine. Let's say humanity achieves this. Do you think that society would be better off or worse off for that? Do you think that we'd get along better or worse? Just because there's other life, it doesn't mean that they are more advanced. It does not mean they are more advanced, but I'm saying in the case that they are. But absolutely. The preconception that aliens are more advanced. Okay. The reason I said more advanced, and I agree with your statement. I agree with your statement 100%. 100% agree with what you say. There is a predisposition to believe, and a preconception exactly to believe that because of the evidence that we have assumedly have seen on Earth, like flying the UFOs and stuff that fly to space in 1 second and whatever. So that's why we assume they're high tech, okay? But I do believe there is civilization out there that is not as developed. Perfectly possible. I think aliens exist just because there are a small chance they don't in all the universe. Yeah. Well, they say that the universe is expanding. So because of the telescopes and stuff that we have out there, we can tell that the universe is expanding. And that's crazy because greater distances, the distance you travel from one star to the other is greater now than it was some time ago. Okay? So the universe is expanding is the theory that astronomers believe. So, like, of course, I don't know the answers to the mysteries of the universe. But that is an interesting concept. I don't know. Where does the universe end, right? Like, where does it end? And if it's growing, if it's already, like, infinite, how is it growing? How do you grow infinity, right? So these questions, like, confound the mind. I mean, I actually don't know. There's been other studies that have proven that it's not expanding. I saw a video the other day. Don't ask me to tell you what it was on it. But I remember the other day I saw a video entirely on this topic that, this person disproves that the universe is actually expanding. I forget the arguments. It was a while ago, but yeah. You know what Isaac Newton said? I believe it was Einstein. No, it was Einstein. You know what Einstein said? All I know is that I know nothing. And I think that's true for all of us. We just don't know. We can speculate, but we don't know. We know that there is order in the universe. We know that there's sustainability in the universe, and those are the objective truths that we can make out of that. Like much like we can look at our mother nature and we can see that nature functions regardless or independent of mankind. Okay, so we know that there is a template that rules the universe. So there is causes and causations, and there's reasons, and there's whys, and there's becauses. Now we don't know what those are, but there is a template by which the universe operates. We can see it in the human body, we can see it in nature, we can see it in the stars, we can see it in the sun. Now the question really, and I can't give you much information because nobody knows. Just nobody knows. We just don't know. Is it, or is it that we can see more? Well, the argument that argument falls because the argument is that they're traveling more. I think that's the argument. Perhaps, I'm not going to say that because I'm not entirely sure, so I don't want to sound like an idiot. Perhaps you're right. I'd have to look more into it to be able to give a smart answer to that. So I'm just gonna say I don't know. I don't know, Patrick. I don't know. You pose a good question though. You pose a good question. My understanding of it is that they discovered that it is expanding because there is more distance to be traveled between point A to point B than there was before. Okay, that's like saying, okay, like from Minnesota to Texas, it takes me 3 days to drive, okay? Let's say, for example. And then 2 years later, at the same speed, same car, same everything. Let's say you same speed. It takes you 4 days, 3 days later, and you take the same road, everything. Then you would conclude that if I'm traveling at the same speed and I took the same road, the universe is like the space between Texas and Minnesota has widened because I'm taking longer to get there. It's widened by 1 day. I believe that is the premise. But again, oh my. But again, I'm very not knowledgeable on this. I mean, I'm kind of touching upon it, but I'm a complete noob, and anyone could come in here and like, you're an idiot, dude. That's not even remotely what's happening. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I know what I'm talking about, because I don't know. But I'm talking about it because I think it's very interesting. Okay, Majestic, sounds good. It's like, I'm in New York, and if I look west, I can see a lot, but I can't see California. Does that mean that California doesn't exist and land just magically expanded there when I got closer and can see more? See, that's I understand your argument there, yeah. Yeah, whether you can see it or not, it's still there, yeah. True, I can see the argument for sure. Frosty, you're beating me by 50 races. I studied a little astronomy in college. It's fascinating stuff, and if aliens get here, they have to be more technologically advanced. Yeah, if they get to us, they have to be more advanced. Like, that's a given. 'Cause we can't get to them. You know, they're talking about going to Mars and all that. You know, who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows, man? Would you want to live in Mars? I don't know. Mars is bigger than Earth. Yeah, we do know that we're exhausting our I don't know, we're exhausting our fossil fuels to some degree. That we know. So either we go back to caveman time, or we go to a different planet and colonize that. But colonize that. However, I mean, oof, you know, oof. No, no. You wouldn't like to live on Mars? I mean, let's say, I mean, it depends. I don't know if it's even possible to live there. You know. Like, can we breathe the air there? Can people breathe the air there? We'd have to make atmospheric. They were talking about nuking the hemispheres in Mars to kickstart like the atmosphere or some. Dang it! I think we're kind of messing with things we don't truly understand. Sorry, no, Mars is smaller. Oh, Mars is smaller? I thought it was bigger. Is it really? I thought Mars was the bigger one. Oh, Abigail, who is that you showed me? It's half the size? Well, there you go. Like I said, why did I think it was bigger? Well, misinformation right there. Careful. Yeah, that's why I said I'm not an expert on this. I thought it was bigger, dude. Why did I think that? I believe you guys. I believe you. If you guys are saying it is, like I'm not very well versed on this. I'm just, again, I didn't study this, so I might put my foot in my mouth. Obviously. Yeah, my bad. My bad. I wouldn't live on Mars. So Mars is smaller? Really? Half the size? Gosh dang, imagine that. You don't think we're ever going to be reliably able to live on Mars? I think we will at some point. I think the way AI is going, I personally believe that humans will defy death. Not too long in the future. Yeah. I think humans are going to be able to create synthetic organs and self-regenerating cells. How's AI going? Well, AI really is the culmination of human knowledge, right? AI basically is everything that we've learned throughout our history as human history, that's as humans. AI has the potential to know all medical things that have been studied and have been written down. AI has the potential to know all history that's ever been written down and ever been told. AI has the potential to know all illnesses that have been ever discovered, and AI has the potential to come up with an equation that a human being never came up with. Okay? AI, think about this. Doesn't AI come up with a picture like out of nowhere? And you're like, oh, it's not out of nowhere. Like AI comes up with this picture because it picks up parts from this and that picture. Okay, so it has the knowledge and it creates something out of the knowledge that it has. Okay. So what's to say that they can't find cures with the medical knowledge that you feed it? What's to say it can't find mathematical equations to things that we don't understand? What's to say it can't find like chemical parts or chemical things that you can mixture, or what's the best way to say this? Chemical solutions that we don't know about. If it has enough information, it can create something. You know what I mean? So that's why I say with AI, it could get to a point, and I believe it'll get to a point where it'll think of stuff that we'd never thought of. And it'll create stuff that we never thought we could create. We can totally terraform Mars, but that takes decades. Over those decades, time will shave off as we continue to advance our technology. I mean, I think it's possible, but perhaps not in my lifetime. Perhaps not. It steals art from human artists? Well, you can make that argument. Yeah, it can. Yeah, the whole AI argument is crazy, right? Yeah, but set aside the art part and think about more the medical part, okay? Like the medical part I think is the most important. Yeah, art is important. We're not thriving on Mars. You don't think so, Big Mac? I don't know. See, there's the thing. I don't know a lot about Mars. Like, I don't know how the atmosphere is. I remember, like I said, I remember reading that SpaceX was talking about like nuking the poles to kind of like kickstart something in the planet so that it'd be habitable. But I don't know like the intricacies of it. I've never looked into it too much. I know kind of like the bullet points. I don't know like the insides and outs. So a human cannot live in Mars right now, right? Because it's freezing. Oh, is it freezing? Yeah. So we'd have to live in like fish globes. Not our lifetime. Yeah, I don't think it's our lifetime, no. Yeah, I don't believe, again, with my small knowledge, I don't see it being in my lifetime. I believe perhaps we can send someone up there, but like colonize it? No. Colonize it? I don't see it, but in my lifetime, I believe perhaps we could send the first human there. Perhaps. But I mean, all of this could be like a great big waste of time. Like, perhaps it's not something we can feasibly do. Perhaps like going there is not even in our best interest. I don't know. Perhaps it's not something we could ever adapt to. It's not something... Who knows? It's hard to say we can't get the technology for it because, you know... When you talk about computers, it's ridiculous what computers can do. Now we're talking about, of course, we're talking about photonic chips, and we're also talking about, what's that energy? The thing that studies superpositioning. I'm blanking, dude. What's that thing that studies superpositioning? Quantum. There we go. Quantum physics. So now we're looking into quantum computers and photonic computers, which is people are getting more and more excited for. So we'd have to see where that leads us, but. Do you like cold weather? Not really. I love the aesthetic of it. Like, I love looking at a snowscape. But to be in the cold is not the best for me, no. Pereira. I'm gonna say Pereira. Minus 81 Fahrenheit? Jesus. Finally, second place. You're doing good. Yeah, so nowadays we have a lot of people creating. I'm not sure about the quantum part of it. I haven't looked into it, but I've looked a little bit into photonic chips, which basically, if you don't know what that is, looks into creating computer. It's kind of like the same premise as fiber optics, right? Which, you know, you shoot information through light rays rather than electricity, like we used to see back in the old DSL connections. You know, it's basically two copper wires. They shoot information through a copper wire, through those two copper wires that, you know, and electricity travels extremely fast, but light travels faster, right? So currently you know, your CPUs and all that are made of copper, of course. Not entirely, but there's a lot of copper in it. And we keep making super chips, supercomputers, right? That are smaller and smaller and smaller, almost to nano. Like if you look at a chip, you look at like the chip in my computer right now, my CPU. That thing has so many cores in there that are tiny that you can see through a microscope. You can't really see it with the naked eye. Okay. Now, a computer is very interesting. Now, the problem with a computer that has electricity is that the more components, the more power you add to it, the more transistors you have to add into the equation. Okay, because you need to funnel that electricity correctly. And that gets into some equations and all that, and I'm not going to get into all that, but that's as fast as you can process it. So the more cores you put in there, the more energy needs to be controlled and transisted. So the more transistors you need to put in there, and there's only so much space. There's only so much small that you can go. Okay, there's only so much small you can go. So it gets to a point where you just can't fit anymore. Now, I'm not saying we've reached the pinnacle of how much we can fit, but we're getting kind of close. And supercomputers nowadays, like, you know, your Intel Core 7s with your octa-cores and all that, are reaching the end of their capabilities. We're starting to see, we haven't reached the limit, but we're starting to see the limit, I do believe. So where do we go from there? Again, quantum physics and photonic energy, which is light energy. Now, light can transfer information through code. Now, the way that you transfer information through code with light is akin to something like you're on your treehouse and your neighbor has a treehouse as well, and you're like 50 feet away. It's dark and you can't communicate. All you have is a flashlight. How are you going to communicate with nothing but a flashlight in the darkness of night? Well, you're going to send signals, right? If you blink twice with your light, that means hello. If you blink 3 times, whatever pattern you do, like Morse code, right? It means this or that. Now you need to understand the language and over, of course. So, and that's how light sends information into a computer. Okay, that's how light sends information through an optic fiber cable. So that those light signals tell the computer how to, because a computer, you gotta know this, a computer is ones and zeros. It's all it's all mathematics. It's all mathematics, okay? A computer does quintillions and trillions and billions and gazillions and infinitillions of like processing. The Switch is making trillions and trillions right now just to process this of equations. The stuff you learn in math class, this is what it's doing right here. It's ones and zeros. It's ones and zeros because it gets represented in ones and zeros. And let's say 0 and 1 means character. This is very broad. It means way less than that. But zeros and ones will equate to pixels, which then gets sent, of course, to your screen that has a certain resolution, which has its amount of pixels, and then it all gets very complicated. And you can see how this gets complicated. But to simplify it down, when you get a light signal that says like blink, tick, 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 let's say that's the light signal, that means 0, 1, which means character B. And character B, every time the light goes tick, 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 like, you know that character B is gonna, that's the information because it's 0, 1. Okay, and that's how information gets sent through light. Now, it's very interesting that light is way better than electricity for 2 major reasons. For one, it's faster, and for 2, it does not heat up, right? Electricity has the big advantage of generating colossal amounts of heat, right? It generates a lot of heat, so it's very difficult, extremely difficult sometimes to control that heat at greater outputs of electricity, right? That's why you have stuff like cooling on a computer, because, or else like the whole thing will burn up. Too much heat. Now the light generates little heat. Light generates little heat. It can generate a lot if you focus it. Of course, we have all done the magnifying glass thing. Of course, you can generate heat with light, but it generates significantly less heat in this context, right? Now, the biggest problem with light and why we can't use light very, very, very properly is because light spreads too much. Okay? Electricity, you know, is... So here's the thing. Neutrons and electrons, protons, they travel in a very controlled sequence, you know? and they're going to travel through the conductor that they have, in this case copper, right? They travel in that canal and they stay on course and they have their pattern and everybody's moving. And think about it as like the freeway, right? In the freeway, everybody's driving in one direction. Everybody goes to the same place, okay? It flows. Everybody knows where to go. Just go straight. Don't turn back because you're gonna collide. Same thing. That's how electricity goes. That's how electrons flow through the current. Now we know that. Now they have a certain speed, of course. They generate heat. We've debated this. Now light is a little different because think of photons, which is light particles. Light particles, photons, they spread kind of crazy. Okay, they go all over the place, right? Think of a light bulb. When you turn it on, like light spreads all over. It doesn't go in a straight line. Like it doesn't like whoosh, go on a straight line down. Like it spreads. That's photons. Photons spread. They're unruly. They're difficult to contain. Now there's very little things that contain light, and you can see this in nature. If you look at this, actually a graphical thing that you can do, it's this SSS is subversion, I forget what it is, but it's a technique that people use when creating games and everything. But look at a leaf, okay? You're holding a leaf. You put a light to that leaf, what happens? You look behind the leaf, you can't see anything? No, light is going to escape through that leaf, right? Does that make sense to you? I forgot about the emotes. Fiber optics. What, did I say that wrong? Frosty, do you like... Oh, I read that. Okay, so light is unruly. Okay, it's just going to spread. Now, how do we reflect light? We need to contain light. So what you do is you create refraction. So if light has a mirror, it shoots that light back, correct? When you have, for example, water, some of that light gets shot back, but some of that light goes through, and it goes through at a different angle because light photons travel slower in water than they do in the air. And yes, in a vacuum, light is at its fastest. Okay, so if you're in a vacuum like space, light travels the fastest there because stuff like hydrogen, air, okay, oxygen will slow down light. So light travels slower in air than it does in a vacuum like space. And the same thing for water. So water, light, photons travel slower in water. Okay. So this is the reason I'm even talking about water, is because this is the best way to explain how to contain light. Okay, and this is basically the origin of fiber optics, right? Optic fiber. Jen is gonna... Fiber optic contain light. Exactly. This is why the internet is faster with fiber optics, because it's light that is transferring the signal, which is much faster than electricity. And that's why the internet, the information gets processed much faster. Now what's very interesting is there's different kinds of fiber optics, optic fiber, I forget, like, but we know that there's intercontinental big old cables that go from America to Europe under the sea, of cables of fiber optic. You look like Rivers Cuomo? Who the heck is that? Okay, so think about this. The only way you can use to like contain light is to have, even if you reflect light with like say glass or plastic, some of that light is going to reflect back and some of that light is going to pass through. From Weezer? I don't know what that is. So the biggest problem with creating photonic chips is containing that light. And keeping it inside. Now the way that they found to keep light inside, like for the example with cable, with optic fiber, which I'm very, I'm done playing tonight, Frosty. That's all right, that's all right. It's a little tiny inside. There's a little tiny glass or plastic. Both are used. Cable, very tiny cable. And in that cable, the light shoots in through that cable. like a laser, and it bounces in there, and it goes like really fast in there, like, you know, it goes like ding, 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 ding. So, and it has like, it actually has two methods of refraction, or reflection, to not allow the light to escape that. And then it has like the outer coating, which is like a rubber or some kind, or whatever it is, plastic, some kind of plastic, I think. Which is what you see and hold when you look at a fiber optic cable. You see like like a normal cable, right? So there's that layer, the outer layer. Then there's another one with a different kind of level of refraction to even stop the light from escaping even more. And then there's the smaller one in the middle, which is the one where the light actually travels. Now the problem is that that smaller one cannot hold all the light in, so the other layer is in there to shoot the light back in yet again, because the light is so unruly. It's so crazy how that works. And in fact, and this is going to blow your mind. This is absolutely going to blow your mind. Did you know that an optic cable, fiber cable, you lose light? This is how unruly light is. You lose light even through all those layers. You still lose light. Certain photons escape the fiber optic cable. That's how unruly that thing is. It's nuts. The only relatable thing, the glasses. I don't understand why you're saying that, but sure, I'll laugh. I don't know why I found that funny. Yeah, it's very interesting how it all works if you like start like learning about it. So we really want to see these photonic things come to life, because the computers would be way more efficient, way more efficient. But yeah, it's all about like maximizing the information, right? Maximizing the speed by which you send information, and that's like the name of the game nowadays, right? This is why companies are competing amongst each other to see who got the better speed, who got the better deals. Ba-dum. And then you have like in between, you have different channels of light travel. You have open channel, you have closed channel. It's I think it's called closed channel or or small channel. So basically meaning the size of the cable matters as well. So if you imagine that you have a bigger cable, light is gonna bounce more in there. So that's called like an open, I think it's called an open channel. Now, what's very interesting, did you know? I think it's called open channel. I could be wrong on the detail of the specific naming. Could be wrong. Oh, the guy you said I look like? Oh, okay. So yeah. So it's very interesting. Did you know that throughout the Atlantic, let's say between Europe and America, they have like these small boxes that shoot the lasers again? Because light dissipates as it travels, it starts dying off. So they have to have these boxes sequenced throughout the whole thing from Europe to America that basically renew the signal. So let's think about this. If light travels 5 miles, by the end of 5 miles, you're going to have less light. Like light is going to start to die. Wait, am I talking crap? Jen, you correct me if I say anything wrong, correct me, Jen. I don't think I've been talking out of my butt. Pretty sure I know what I'm talking about. I studied this. Let me know if I put my foot in my mouth. Correct me, please, because I want to learn things that are right. I don't want to share misinformation. So if I'm saying something wrong, please correct me. But yeah, so they actually have these boxes because the light that is shot through those cables cannot reach, it can't reach from Europe to America without fading. So when the light fades, what happens? The information is lost because the information is the signal. If the signal is not coherent, is that the word? That's the word. Then the information is you're gonna receive the information wrong, which means your internet's gonna get slow because it can't access the database, the data banks, to then send to your computer the ones and zeros that you're trying to see. Slightly related? What do you explain to me, teach me, Jen. Jen is actually an electrician, so she's gonna help us with stream so I don't say something that's wrong. Well, again, I don't have a PhD on this stuff. I study this stuff on my own because I'm very curious about how it works. Okay, so it's very possible that I might misexplain a little detail here and there. So, but that's kind of like I'm the gist of it guy. I'm kind of like a gist of it guy. Okay, I get the gist of it. I get the idea. Just the Frostyisms. Yeah, I explain things in a very frosty way. Very my own, right? So yeah, it's very interesting how it all works. And one day I was sitting there, I was like, I want to learn about this. And I haven't gotten into the quantum mechanics of it. I haven't gotten into the quantum mechanics of it, but that's the next thing I'm going to be studying too. I'd like to know how that works. Ooh, yeah, but that's where the future is going, guys. That's where the future is going, so we'll see. The computers, there's a lot to be excited for the future in terms of technology. I mean, they are developing AI robots, and they're making it human-like, which I think is the dumbest thing you can do. I mean, I think it's the dumbest thing you could do is make human-like AI robots. Like, why would you have them? I mean, I can see why. Perhaps saying the dumbest thing is not the smartest thing to say, but I'm fascinated myself, so I too would like to know the wrongs. Yeah, because I could get something wrong, yeah. And from what I've been reading on it, like the technology on it is developing pretty very, very, very fast, you know. But the reason but they make it human-like, and it just makes me think, like, why would you make it human-like? That's you're gonna create like a connection between us and them. Like if they're made in our semblance, it's easier for us to like them, right? Oh, perhaps that. Oh, I just answered my own question right there. That's why they're making. Oh, okay. Shit. Okay, so it's the marketing technique. Ah, shoot. I just answered my own question. You got a license for that car? No, sir. No, sir. My license is expired. How you doing, Gunslinger? Moms, how are you, Moms? Great to see you. Yeah, so I believe the potential of AI is immeasurable. I think the potential of AI is grand. Is very grand. It's very grand. Dude, imagine, this is crazy. Imagine like telling someone in the past that you can insert information into a computer and it'll like 3D print it. Imagine telling someone that you can create art out of just the text. Dude, who the heck would believe that? It's crazy. It's crazy, dude. It's fascinating, dude. Human ingenuity is so fascinating. It's scary, yes, it's scary. It's scary. Like, especially with like the voiceover thing, the voice things I've seen, that is scary, dude. I agree, it is scary. If somebody came out, like, if somebody came out and said, we're putting an end to AI because there's a great threat there, would anyone be mad? Would anyone be like confused and be like, ah, why are you doing this? Do you think? How would you feel about that? Bum, 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 bum. I needed some philosophical Frosty tonight. Aw. Hey, moms, you know what? You know, there's one philosopher that I really like. His name is Bob Marley. And he said, don't you worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Hey, so baby, don't you worry. Yeah. About a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. You know, mom, it's gonna be okay, moms. It's gonna be okay. I love me some Bob Marley. He was definitely crazy, man. It's funny how the best of them leave us first. Reminded of Paul Walker, too. There's a lot of conspiracies around that, too. People saying he's still alive, like kind of like the Elvis Presley thing. Who here believes Elvis is still alive? Honestly, I believe it. I honestly would believe. I'm not sitting here like conspiracy theories saying like for sure he's alive. Like, I don't know. I believe it's possible that he actually faked his own death. I think. Right? You don't? Isn't it possible? Do we have like concrete evidence that would suggest no? Or is it like the doctor said? He wasn't a very nice hubby either? Really? Spill the beans. Spill the beans, moms. I see no point in that. Really? I mean, it's fun to know these secrets, you know? I think it's fun to dabble on these things sometimes. Like, oh, I wonder, you know. Just interesting things. Tupac, Elvis, Biggie, Michael Jackson, Prince, Whitney, they all live on a private line. Oh, what a take. Oh, what a take. What a take. I'm good, Howard. I'm doing good. Doing good. Doing good. We need to help Appy after stream. Yeah, that's okay. We're gonna end stream here. I was planning on doing a shorter stream. I'm working on a video that I'm gonna be releasing soon. I'm gonna try to release it this morning, if not next morning. If not this morning, it's gonna be the morning after. I'm working on a video, trying to get it out. It's already getting late, so I don't want it to be much later. So that was a fun conversation, right? Skynet will take over, right? I see a guy, did you see like Elvis at the airsoft field a couple of years back? I think my leg went numb from being in my chair for hours. That definitely can happen. All right, guys, we're gonna call it here for tonight. It was a smaller stream. We went for two hours. That's all right. That's all right. It's a smaller stream tonight. I'm gonna upload a short in a bit, so yeah, I've been editing since 11. Yeah, good luck with that. I wish the best for you. Okay, let's go on a raid. Yeah, if I didn't have to do that, I'd play something else, but since I was excited to do it, and I was doing it before I went live, and I was like, oh, I was really like getting into the vibe of it, so I'm kind of excited to go back and do the rest of it. So, who are we gonna raid though? Thanks for streaming, Frosty. I always love the chat. Sleep well. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Patrick. Hey, man, it's so good to see you hanging out here, man. It's so good to see you hanging out here. We got the wide screens for you. I know you like those, huh? Pretty cool. I know you're a fan of those. I mean, only Nick is live, so here we go. Thank you for the stream. No problem, Abby. No problem. We're gonna raid Nick because no one else is live.
Another, this is gonna have some relevance.
I mean, I'd raid Nick even if other people were live, but I've been raiding him a lot. That's why I'm saying that. Don't forget to change your clocks this weekend in the US. I don't want to be late on Monday. There's gonna be daylight savings, really? Already? It's like yesterday. We just did it yesterday or something.
And I guess I don't understand, like.
All right, guys, I'm gonna drop this link so everybody can follow along and go see Nick. Okay.
Like,
Let's go say hi to Nick. He's one of the best streamers I know in my life. One of the best human beings to ever have.
Like, I think this black hole.
To ever have been born to this world. So let's go. All right, I'll see you guys there. Stay frosty, be good, do good things, and
some kind of gravity
that's
weapon
it.
or some kind of gravity
love you guys. Stay frosty. Bye.
Must have created this black hole.
Bye, guys.